like a quiet little band, drumming out a rhythm only winter understands. Dashboard glowing amber, road ahead in gray. We let the snowy countryside just play. You tap your fingers on the door in sync with every turn. Soft pop on the radio, something slow that burns. We joke about the traction like it's holding up our plans. All this icy distance under hands. You say I never liked the cold until I learned to move through frozen days with you in this groove. Snow tire rhythm on the winter road, soft pop heartbeat in our heavy coats. Every little thump is a measure of the miles, keeping time with all our crooked smiles. If the world goes quiet and the future feels dim, we'll follow this snow tire rhythm. We pass a single farmhouse wrapped in blue and green, tree lights in the window like a whisper of unseen. A snowman guards the driveway with a welcome made of ice. We imagine all their stories in a slice. Maybe one day we'll be there with kids and borrowed cars, teaching them to love the cold beneath the stars. For now it's just us and a road that doesn't end, a rhythm made of rubber, snow and friends. Snow tire rhythm on the winter road, soft pop heartbeat in our heavy coats. Every little thump is a measure of the miles, keeping time with all our crooked smiles. If the world goes quiet and the future feels dim, we'll follow this snow tire rhythm. Let the hum continue as the sky turns blue. Winter drums in time with me and you.
Couldn't sleep, so we just grabbed the keys and left the lights. Apartment building shrinking in the night. Snow is piled in corners like forgotten sheets of time. Midnight winter run with no design. You wear your old hoodie with the logo almost gone, barely lace your sneakers, just threw them on. We talk about the things we can't say in the day when everyone is looking our way. You ask, is it okay to not know who I want to be? I say, look outside, the road don't need to grieve. Midnight winter run, no one else around. Soft pop heartbeat in the tire sound. Snow on the shoulder, moon on the dash. Questions in the air we let crash. If tomorrow says we have to act like everyone, we'll remember this midnight winter run. We take the long way past the river and the fields. Watch the smoke from chimneys spin like shields. A fox dashes across the lane, a shadow in the white, little sign of life inside the night. Maybe in the morning all our doubts will still be here, working lines and lines in fear. But at least we had a moment where the world was only this, a road, some snow, your voice is steering his. Midnight winter run, no one else around. Soft pop heartbeat in the tire sound. Snow on the shoulder, moon on the dash. Questions in the air we let crash. If tomorrow says we have to act like everyone, we'll remember this midnight winter run. the puddles, snow along the side. City fading slowly in a mirror as we ride. You adjust the volume till the bass feels like a heart. Winter turns the windshield to a moving work of art. Billboards like planets in a low and distant sky, promising 100 lives we'll never have to try. We keep our little one between the center lines. Neon snow road where the world unwinds. You say all I really want is just a simple life. I say then let's keep driving out of all this life. Neon snow road leading us away. Soft pop colors on a frozen day. City in the distance like an island we outgrew. Cold white fields ahead in view. If the noise gets loud and we feel overload, we'll disappear on a neon snow road. Yeah. We stop beneath the highway bridge where graffiti meets the frost. Names of kids who claim the space and now we're lost. You draw a tiny snowman on the concrete with your shoe. Winter writes our names there too. One day when we're older and the sky feels small and tame, we'll talk about the road that called our name. And every time the street lights glow on half-melt snow, we'll hear this little song below. Neon snow road leading us away. Soft pop colors on a frozen day. City in the distance like an island we outgrew. Cold white fields ahead in view. If the noise gets loud and we feel overload, we'll disappear on a neon snow road. Headlights flicker as the last sign disappears. Winter keeps the secrets of our year. Headlights flicker as the last sign disappears. Winter keeps the secrets of our year.
One, two, three. White wall in the headlights, we're alone inside the storm. Wipers fight the flakes that never form. Radio is searching for a signal in the static hiss. Winter turns the world to this. You hold the map like that, will help the sky to clear. Laughed and let it fall and draw me near. We talk louder just to hear the words above the wind, as if our voices keep the road pinned. You say if we lose the way, just promise you won't freak. I say as long as you're here, we can get lost all week. Snowstorm radio, humming in the dark. Soft pop frequencies around our spark. Every mile's a song we only halfway know, spinning through the snowstorm glow. If tomorrow's bright and we forget this show, we'll tune back in a snowstorm radio. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh. A quiet little DJ breaks through just in time, playing winter songs with a fragile line. He says the roads are closing in, the town's an hour ahead. We share a look and nod our heads. Maybe we'll pull over at some motel, cheap and small, drink machine and peeling paper on the wall. But it'll be our haven in the swirl of white, a room and car that got us through the night. Snowstorm radio, humming in the dark. Soft pop can let it fade. Storm and love and music that we made. Snowfield Highway, wide in every lane. Sky and earth connected by a line of grain. A car, a tiny heartbeat in a landscape made of ice. When I deal in silence like a dice. You rest your toes upon the dash, socks with holes of red. Sing along to every chorus stuck inside your head. We talk about the cities we have lived in like they're dreams. Snowfield makes them small, it seems. You say I've never felt so far and yet so near. I say I know that's why I love it here. Snowfield Highway, stretching on, soft pop anthem as we're drawn. Nothing but the fences and the drifting air, but somehow everything we need is there. If the walls close in when we stop and stay, we'll run the Snowfield Highway. We slow down for a tractor crossing with its blinking light. Farmer waves as if we're part of his night. You smile and wave back like we belong to all these roads, carrying invisible loads. One day when the winter doesn't come the way it did, when the fields are different and the snow is scared to sit, we'll close our eyes and drive this highway in our mind to keep its ghost of white alive. If the walls close in when we stop and stay, we'll run the Snowfield Highway. Tires sing low while the daylight starts to thin. Snowfield hums beneath our skin.
Silver winter rose stretching like a single thread through a field of thoughts inside my head. You're chasing shapes and condensation on the glass. Little hearts that fade as moments pass. Snow is piled in shoulders like a whisper muted crowd. Clouds hang low and heavy but they're not too loud. We say the things we usually keep behind our teeth. Winter laying quiet shades beneath. You say, what if everything we planned falls through? I say, then we'll find another road to you. Silver winter road under tire and sky. Soft pop melody as worries fly. If the world we build is not the one we hold, we'll still have this silver winter road. Snow on the branches, cold on the air. Love in the questions that we dare. When life feels heavy like a frozen load, we'll share it on a silver winter road. We stop at a small turnout where the view is only white. Nothing but the emptiness and light. You say it's scary how the world can look like it's erased. I say it's just a canvas that we face. Maybe nothing works the way we drew it in our minds. Maybe winter strips the leaves to show their lines. But if I have a passenger who holds on when I break, I'll drive through any storm we make. Silver winter road under tire and sky. Soft pop melody as worries fly. us where we need to go.
Headed for the harbor on a narrow icy road. Last ferry lights are waiting by the cold. Snow is falling sideways from a wind that tastes like sea. Winter lines the water just for me. You watch the distant shoreline fade in blue and silver haze. Talk about the times we spent in summer's open days. Now the same old docks are wearing coats of white and gray. Year has turned and so have we in ways. You say if this boat leaves without you, what then? I smile, there's always one more drive again. Last ferry drive through the winter air. Soft pop heartbeats, salt and snow and prayer. If I make it to the ramp before they shut the gate, I'll cross this frozen water to my fate. If I don't, I'll turn around and feel alive with you beside me on the last ferry drive. We park a minute early just to watch the headlights queue. Cars like lonely islands waiting too. You trace a little snowman on the dashboard with a grin. Tiny, fragile, here and gone again. Whether I go over or I stay upon this shore, winter made me see what I was driving for. Not the job, not the plan, not the town or time, but the passenger who sang it right. Last ferry drive through the winter air. Soft pop heartbeats, soak snow and prayer. If I make it to the ramp before they shut the gate, I'll cross this frozen water to my fate. If I don't, I'll turn around and feel alive with you beside me on the last ferry drive. Horn calls out and all the engines start to move. Winter sea reflects the life we choose.
There's a little sign that says exit 21, right before the place where all the fields are done. We've passed it in the summer, but we never turned before. Tonight the winter makes us want more. Snow is drifting in the yellow light above the ramp. We take the curve and feel the tires clamp. Radio is playing some old song about a second chance. Winter lets us make a different dance. You say, I wonder what's been waiting down this road all year. I say, maybe it's exactly why we're here. Winter exit 21, turn the wheel. Go soft pop humming as the wrong turns heal. We don't know the town or the names we'll hear, but snow has drawn an arrow here. If our lives feel stuck in everything we've done, we'll find a new way at exit 21. We'll find a new way at exit 21. We find a little diner with a parking lot of ice. Neon coffee cup that flickers once or twice. Inside there's just the owner and a late night quiet song. He says, I've been But something in our story now has taken on a curve. A memory will always serve. Winter exit 21, turn the wheel. Soft pop humming as the wrong turns heal. We don't know the town or the names we'll hear, but snow has drawn an arrow here. If our lives feel stuck in everything we've done, we'll find a new way at exit 21. We'll find a new way at exit 21. Merge back on the highway with a softer mind. Winter leaves a detour in our spine. Driftwood piled along the edge of winter sand. Ocean breathing shallow in this sleeping land. We follow a thin road where the dunes are etched in white. Snow and sea together in the light. You point at frozen footprints where somebody came before. Maybe chasing waves, maybe needing more. We roll down the windows till our fingertips are numb. Cold air makes the smallest sounds hum. You say it feels like we're at the end of the world. I say maybe it's where everything's unfurled. Oh, Driftwood Road by the winter sea. Soft pop echo in the breeze for you and me. Clouds like mountains in the icy dome. Yet somehow every mile feels like home. If the city's crowded and we need to unload, we'll drive along this Driftwood Road. We pull over where the land drops gently to the shore. Waves are throwing snow back like it's been here before. You stand there in your coat, hair tangled in the wind. Winter makes your edges soft and thin. Maybe in the summer this will look like something else. Sunburned crowds and busy little selves. But we'll remember how the world looked bare and slow when winter kept the numbers low. Driftwood Road by the winter sea. Soft pop echo in the breeze for you and me. Clouds like mountains in the icy dome. Yet somehow every mile feels like home. If the city's crowded and we need to unload, we'll drive along this Driftwood Road. Wipers swipe the salt and snow away. The sea stays with us anyway.
Cold sun hanging low above the winter sea. White foam breaking over rocks like memory. You and I broke down the windows just to feel the sting. Ocean wind drive, let the cold air sing. Sand is dusted lightly with a skin of frozen white. Gulls are calling lonely in the pale blue light. We talk about say it's crazy that we like it more this way. I shrug and say it's perfect for today. Yeah. Ocean wind drive winter on our face. Soft pop rhythm in this open space. Fingers going numb on the steering wheel. Snow and salt together make it real. If the city noise becomes too hard to survive, we'll turn it off and take an ocean wind drive. We pull into a turnout where the view is wide and clear. Snow on driftwood, waves that sound like someone near. You wrap your scarf around my neck and pull me in so close. Cold cheeks, warm hands, everything we chose. Maybe life will pull us far from any kind of shore. Stack our days in buildings, make us want for more. But somewhere in the back roads of a frozen state of mind, this ocean wind is what we'll find. Ocean wind drive winter on our face. Soft pop rhythm in this open space. Fingers going numb on the steering wheel. Snow and salt together make it real. If the city noise becomes too hard to survive, we'll turn it off and take an ocean wind drive. Waves keep rolling as we point the headlights home. Winter sea stays singing on its own. Yeah. Northbound quiet car, heater on low. Dashboard throwing out a tender glow. Snowdrifts gather on the edges of the sign, saying we're about to leave the city line. You've got a book open but your eyes are on the trees. Branches frozen in a still gray breeze. We talk in fragments, let the silence fill between. Winter shifted every shade of green. You say I needed this, just miles and white in air. I nod and watch the frost in your hair. Northbound quiet car on a winter day. Soft pop whisper as we drive away. Cold on the windows, warm on the seats. Snow on the fields like folded sheets. If the south holds all the noise of who we are, we'll rest in this northbound quiet car. We stop in a roadside diner where the floor is cracked and worn. Old photos on the wall from winters before we were born. Yeah, the waitress tops the coffee with a smile that screams, I know how it feels to live beneath this snow. Maybe we're not running, maybe we're just passing through. Testing if the cold can make us new. And if we find we're still the same when all the miles are gone, at least we had this drifting song. Northbound quiet car on a winter day. Soft pop whisper as we drive away. Cold on the windows, warm on the seats. Snow on the fields like folded sheets. If the south holds all the noise of who we are, we'll
Sunday streets in a frozen little town. Traffic lights blink red and green with no one around. We cruise the quiet avenues with music soft and low. Winter lays a silver net of snow. Storefronts dressed in leftover lights from last week's show. Windows full of scarves and coats and boots for snow. You lean against the window like you're in some old film. Frozen city lights around the rim. You say I love the way the cold can make the noise feel far. I say that's why I drive you in my car. Frozen city lights shining still. Soft popples on the steering wheel. Snow dust, rooftops, dust our hair. We're the only moving thing out there. If the days feel heavy and we're losing fights, we'll get lost in frozen city lights. We stop beside the river that cuts through the sleeping blocks. Ice like broken mirrors under docks. You tell me all your questions about the coming of the spring. I say let's stay here and let the silence sing. One day we might leave these streets and never call them home. Trade this winter skyline for another dome. But every time a quiet town is glowing under ice, we'll feel again these streets so nice. Frozen city lights shining still. Soft popples on the steering wheel. Snow dust, rooftops, dust our hair. We're the only moving thing out there. If the days feel heavy and we're losing fights, we'll get lost in frozen city lights. Engine idles while the snow keeps falling slow. City in a crystal kind of glow. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Neon signs reflected in the ice along the curb. City in a blue haze, glittering and blurred. We roll down blue Ice Boulevard with windows half awake. Snow like tiny comets in our wake. You tap the steering wheel in time with every snare. A playlist full of soft pop beats and midnight air. Every red light feels like we're suspended in a frame. Late December never looks the same. You say I love how winter makes the streets feel new. I say they're just another mirror of you. Blue Ice Boulevard, cold and bright, soft pop motion in the city night. Tires sketching patterns where the frost has kissed the ground. Headphones of the skyline playing sound. If tomorrow feels too ordinary, too hard, we'll drive again on Blue Ice Boulevard. Past the park where children built a snowman in the day. Now he guards the benches in his silent, icy way. Tree lights in the distance flicker through the steam. Feels like we're inside somebody's dream. Someday we might leave this town and never see these roads. Trade the winter glow for different coats. But every time we find a frozen street with colored glass, we'll think about the night we let this boulevard pass. our forgotten name.
Tiny drops of melted snow freeze back above the lane. Windshield full of constellations drawn by winter rain. Streetlights blur to comets when we hit a little bump. Two of us in our own stargazing palm. You recline the seat a bit and look up through the glass. See your eye entangle where the cables pass. We turn the music softer till it's just a steady hum, like a heart beneath a frozen drum. You say it feels like we're a spaceship in the night. I say take me to wherever feels right. Windshield stars on a winter drive. Soft pop pulses keeping us alive. Snow on the shoulders, sky up above. Nothing in between us and the things we love. If the ground gets heavy with the days and scars, we'll look up the windshield stars. We pull into a rest stop far from any kind of town. Kill the lights and let the darkness settle down. Outside in the bitter air we see the real sky burn, cold enough to make our fingers yearn. Maybe one day we won't need a car to chase this view. We'll have a porch, a blanket, and some time with nothing due. But till then the road is how we step outside the noise, driving through the stars with our own choice. Yeah, windshield stars on a winter drive. Soft pop pulses keeping us alive. Snow on the shoulders, sky up above. Nothing in between us and the things we love. If the ground gets heavy with the days and scars, we'll look up through windshield stars. Yeah. Start the engine, let the galaxy move past. Winter gives us nights that never last. White lane cutting through the fields of quiet gray. Snow on every fence post, on the mailboxes and rows that stay. We packed our lives into a trunk for just a day or two. Winter lane, just me and you. You fold your legs beneath you, sketch the map on foggy glass. Circle little towns we may or may not pass. We're chasing nothing but the feeling of a road underneath the weight of snow. You say I'm tired of thinking who we ought to be. I say for now we're just two thoughts that can't be free. White lane journey through a frozen land. Soft pop heartbeat in your open hand. If the world behind us wants a different story told, let it shout, we'll drive the cold. Snow falls quiet on the signs we barely see. All I know is you and me on this white lane journey in the wind. Let the years spin. We stop in a one-road town for gasoline and bread. Old man at the counter nods his weathered head. different story told. Let it shower, we'll drive. The cold snow falls quiet on the signs we barely see. All I know is you and me on this white rain journey in the wind. Let the years spin. Tires draw lines that winter soon will hide, but it can't erase this ride.
Main Street is a snow globe when we crawl the car along. Every house a different little song. Smoke from chimneys curling into gray and fading skies. Winter sitting softly in their eyes. You count the tiny snowmen posted out on every lawn, guarding all the secrets till the dawn. We drive with headlights low so we don't wake the sleeping deer. Through frozen town, just passing here. You say I like pretending we're the only ones awake. I say tonight that might be true for our sake. Through frozen town we move so slow. Soft pop heartbeat in the radio glow. Cold little houses lined in a row underneath the sky of snow. If the big wide world feels too much like a crown, we'll take a drive through frozen town. We stop beside the tiny bridge that crosses over ice. River underneath still moving, quiet and precise. You rest your chin upon the steering wheel and close your eyes, like you're listening to what's inside. Maybe we will move someday to somewhere just like this. Raise a couple kids and teach them what we miss. For now it's just a night drive through someone else's life, borrowing their winter for our strife. Through frozen town we move so slow. Soft pop heartbeat in the radio glow. Cold little houses lined in a row underneath the sky of snow. If the big wide world feels too much like a crown, we'll take a drive through frozen town. Tires leave lines the plows will wipe away, but our quiet stays.
We hit the coastal highway with the tide that's staying low. Winter sun, a pale coin in the snow. Sea on one side, pine trees on the other line. Whole wide sky, this little car in time. You roll your window halfway 'cause you like the biting wind. Salt and snowflakes tangling on your skin. We count the lighthouse eyes like chapters in a book. Every flash another look good. You shout above the music, we're too small to own this view. I answer maybe, but it still belongs to you. When a coastline run, sea and sky, soft pop anthem as the miles go by. Snow on the cliff tops, foam down below, driving through a world of white Watch the waves explode against the ledge. Your hands are shaking from the cold, but eyes are warm and wide. Winter, put this ocean in your pride. Maybe in the summer crowd we'll fill this narrow lane. Kids with ice cream, sunburn, noise and rain. But I remember when the air was thin and clear, and we were just two hearts with no one near. When a coastline runs, sea and sky, soft pop anthem as the miles go by. Snow on the cliff tops, foam down below, driving through a world of white and blue and glow. If the noise back home says we're supposed to run, we'll outrun that on a winter coastline run. Turn the wheel back toward the town we know. Carry just a little of this glow. Freeway hugging close beside a long and frozen stream. Cold river shining steel and silver seams. You and I move forward like the current we can't see. Winter runs its fingers down the tree. We pass a little lookout where the fishermen would stand. Now it's just an empty patch of land. Snow on all the benches, ice beneath the rail. You say I like the quiet in this tale. I glance at you and see the water in your eyes, same deep pool beneath the ice. Cold River Freeway, lanes in a row, soft pop motion where the white winds blow. If our hearts feel heavy like the current under stone, we'll let this winter freeway take us home. Snow on the shoulder, river to the side. Loving the way we drive. We take an exit just to stretch and feel the biting air. Stand beside the guardrail, hear the river somewhere there. Not enough to see, but more than we can say. Winter holds its secret anyway. Maybe we're just like that water moving out of sight, carving through the years beneath the night. And when the thaw arrives and everything is clear, we'll see the path we took this year. Cold River Free, lanes in a row, soft pop motion where the white winds blow. If our hearts feel heavy like the current under stone, we'll let this winter freeway take us home. Snow on the shoulder, river to the side. Loving the way we drive. Merge back in and let the white line slide. Winter flows with us in stride.
Breath on the windshield, white in the air. Frozen little fingerprint you left there. Engine waking slowly in the blue before the sun. Winter says it's early, but the day has just begun. Street is quiet, everyone is sleeping in the gray. Fresh snow on the sidewalks from the night. shines. Cold morning drive under winter sky, soft pop melody as the clouds roll by. Fingers on the heater, coffee on the dash, snow along the roadside like a photograph. If the world feels far and we're barely alive, we can learn to breathe again on a cold morning drive. We reached a little lookout where the town looks small and slow. Roofs like sugar cubes wrapped in snow. You tell me all the worries that you couldn't say at night. They float into the white and fade in light. Maybe when the thaw arrives, we'll lose this quiet sound. Traffic filling up the roads, color on the ground. But winter gave us something in this frozen slice of time. A simple road, a simple song, a simple line. Cold morning drive under winter sky, soft pop melody as the clouds roll by. Fingers on the heater, coffee on the dash, snow along the roadside like a photograph. If the world feels far and we're barely alive, we can learn to breathe again on a cold morning drive. Turn the key back, watch a little town revive. But keep the silence of this trying side.
Hey. Headlights drawing tunnels through a field of falling white. Freeway like a river underneath the night. Radio is low, just a heartbeat in the dark. Winter writes a story on the hood and sparks. You trace little mountains in the fog upon the glass. Laugh about the summer when we swore we'd drive and never pass. Now the same old asphalt has a softer frozen skin. Night snow freeway, let the new year in. Every sign above us glows a floating shade of blue, pointing to 100 towns we'll never drive into. Night snow freeway, endless lane, soft pop echo in my veins. Snowflakes spin like static in the beams that never rest. Oh, cold on the outside, but your head is on my chest. If the noise of life comes crashing through the day, we'll escape it on the night snow freeway. Truckers roll like planets in their metal winter moon. Taillights burning quietly like distant living rooms. We guess at all the stories hiding in the passing cars. Tiny moving worlds inside these frozen slabs. Maybe we'll remember this when summer feels too loud, when we miss the quiet of this midnight floating crowd. Winter gave us free space on a road that never ends, a place where lovers turn to friends and back to lovers' friends. Night snow freeway, endless lane, soft pop echo in my veins. Snowflakes spin like static in the beams that never rest. Yeah. Cold on the outside, but your head is on my
likes mixing with the salt between me and you. Wind against the window like a distant radio, whispering of places only winter sailors know. You roll the glass down just enough to feel the steam. Cold air turns your every word to steam. You say, if I could choose, I'd stay right here between the frozen ocean and the coming year. Along the winter sea we ride, soft pop heartbeat by your side, headlights chasing gulls that circle in the snow. Lanterns on the water far below. If the world feels deep and we can barely see, we'll let the road run along the winter sea. Harbor town is sleeping with its boats and tidy roads, massed like frozen forests in the glow. We stop beside a railing just to watch the floating lights, little islands of survival in the night. Maybe we are just two dots along this endless coast, but being small together is what I love the most. And when the tide of days returns to wash us out of view, we'll hear the sea still pulling through. Along the winter sea we ride, soft pop heartbeat by your side, headlights chasing gulls that circle in the snow. Lanterns on the water far below. If the world feels deep and we can barely see, we'll let the road run along the winter sea. White barons keep time with every wave. Winter keeps the secrets that we gave.
Twilight on the coastline, sky a strip of steel. Winter sea is louder than the way we feel. We drive the narrow road that clings to cliffs above, echoes on the shore of what we call love. Waves erase the footsteps that we left the night before. Snow has drawn a thin line at the door. You rest your head against the seat and listen to the sound of tires over frozen ground. You say, do you think the ocean ever really sleeps? I say no, and that is why our secret keeps echoes on the shore. Winter in the tide, soft pop colors where our worries hide. Cold blue water, silver foam and more. We drive just to hear echoes on the shore. If the future feels too big to hold anymore, we'll let it crash in echoes on the shore. We pull into a small lot by a shuttered cafe sign. ocean keeps repeating what we know.
River under bridges cracked with sheets of ice. Winter turning water into glass that holds the lights. We drive along the embankment where the pillars touch the sky. Snow is falling sideways as we slide by. You lean out just a little when we roll the windows down. Hear the echo of our engine bounce around. It's like we're in a tunnel that the year forgot to fill. Under winter bridge, everything is still. You say I like the way the city feels from here. I say it's like we found a different gear. Under winter bridge we glide. Soft pop heartbeat on the riverside. Cold air in the cabin, warm breath on the glass. Watching all the icy patterns pass. If the roads above are heavy with the daily ridge, we'll take the quiet under winter bridge. We park beneath an archway where the paint is chipped and old. Names and dates of kids who once were bold. Snow has softened all the letters, made them blur and blend like the way our stories bend. Maybe we'll grow old and move away from all this stone. Find new bridges, rivers of our own. But wherever concrete meets a frozen water's edge, we'll feel this night along its ledge. Under winter bridge we glide. Soft pop heartbeat on the riverside. Cold air in the cabin, warm breath on the glass. Watching all the icy patterns pass. If the roads above are heavy with a daily ridge, we'll take the quiet under winter bridge. Shift back into daylight when the arch is done. Winter keeps the shadows where we run.
Frosted window miles stretching out in front of us. Seatbelt lines like quiet trust. Snow is standing thick along the fences of the farms. Winter holding everything in arms. You turn up the volume on a song we used to hate. Somehow in the winter it sounds great. Simple little chorus about driving till you're free. Now it fits the road and you and me. I could talk about the future, but I'd rather talk in breath. Little clouds that vanish in the depth. Frosted window miles rolling slow. Soft pop rhythm where the white winds blow. Cold outside but inside we're warm and wild. Every exit sign another child of all the lives we could have lived and lost in different styles. But here we are in frosted window miles. We pass a frozen river, see the fishermen in coats. Tiny dots of color next to silent boats. You say you miss the ocean and the sun along your skin. I say let's chase the shoreline, let the winter frosted window miles, rolling slow, soft pop rhythm where the white winds blow. Cold outside, but inside we're warm and wild. Every exit sign, another child of all the lives we could have lived and lost in different styles. But here we are in frosted window miles. Turn the mirrors outward, let the past stay small. Winners in the windshield most of all.
Heat humming, hands on the wheel, midnight on the road. White line stretching like a ribbon through the cold. Snow is drifting in the high beam cone of light. Winter breathing through the speakers of the night. You're in the seat beside me with your jacket halfway on. Half asleep but still you sing along to some slow pop song about a love that never goes, while winter paints the window with the ghost of snow. We don't say much, we just watch the sky unfold. Every mile a story written in the cold. Winter highway glow under silver red. Soft pop rhythm as the tires hum everywhere. City in the rear view, mountains up ahead. Snow along the guardrails like a feather bed. If tomorrow feels too heavy, if the nights get slow, we'll remember how it felt in the winter highway glow. Gas station halo in the middle of the land. Paper cups of coffee warming up our hands. We talk about the year like it's a long and winding song, full of little wrong turns that still drove us strong. Maybe we'll get lost somewhere past the exit sign, but if the road is frozen, you can take my hand in mine. Winter doesn't scare me when the sky is burning low, and every colored taillight makes the darkness glow. Winter highway glow under silver air. Soft pop rhythm as the tires hum everywhere. City in the rear view, mountains up ahead. Snow along the guardrails like a feather bed. If tomorrow feels too heavy, if the nights get slow, we'll remember how it felt in the winter highway glow. Turn the volume down, let the engine roll. Snow keeps falling on the glass and it's enough to know. Heater humming, hands on the wheel, midnight on the road. White lines stretching like a ribbon through the cold. Snow is drifting in the high beam cone of light. Winter breathing through the speakers of the night. You're in the seat beside me with your jacket halfway on. Half asleep but still you sing along to some slow pop song about a love that never goes, Winter paints the window with the ghost of snow. We don't say much, we just watch the sky unfold. Every mile a story written in the cold. Winter highway glow under silver air. Soft pop rhythm as the tires hum everywhere. City in the rear view, mountains up ahead. Snow along the guardrails like a feather bed. If tomorrow feels too heavy, if the nights get slow, we'll remember how it felt in the winter highway glow. Gas station halo in the middle of the land. Paper cups of coffee warming up our hands. We talk about the year like it's a long and winding song, full of little wrong turns that still drove us strong. Maybe we'll get lost somewhere past the exit sign, but if the road is frozen, you can take my hand in mine. Winter doesn't scare me when the sky is burning low, and every colored taillight makes the darkness glow. Winter highway glow under silver air. Soft pop rhythm as the tires hum everywhere. City in the rear view, mountains up ahead. Snow along the guardrails like a feather bed. If tomorrow feels too heavy, if the nights get slow, we'll remember how it felt in the winter highway glow. Winter highway glow. Turn the volume down, let the engine roll. Snow keeps falling on the glass, and it's enough to know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Breath on the windshield, white in the air. Frozen little fingerprint you left there. Engine waking slowly in the blue before the sun. Winter says it's early, but the day has just begun. Street is quiet, everyone is sleeping in the gray. Fresh snow on the sidewalks from the night that slipped away. You slide into the front seat with your blanket on your knees. Cold morning drive to a ghost in the breeze. We don't need a reason, we just follow lines out beyond the city where the frozen river shines. Cold morning drive under winter sky, soft pop melody as the clouds roll by. Fingers on the heater, coffee on the dash. Snow along the roadside like a photograph. If the world feels far and we're barely alive, we can learn to breathe again on a cold morning drive. We reach a little lookout where the town looks small and slow. Roofs like sugar cubes wrapped in snow. You tell me all the worries that you couldn't say at night. They float into the white and fading light. Maybe when the thaw arrives, we'll lose this quiet sound. Traffic filling up the roads, color on the ground. But winter gave us something in this frozen slice of time. A simple road, a simple song, a simple life. Cold morning drive under winter sky, soft pop melody as the clouds roll by. Fingers on the heater, coffee on the dash. Snow along the roadside like a photograph. If the world feels far and we're barely alive, we can learn to breathe again on a cold morning drive. Turn the key back, watch the little town revive, but keep the silence of this drive in
trees, little mountains in the fog upon the glass. Laugh about the summer when we swore we'd drive and never pass. Now the same old asphalt has a softer frozen skin. Night snow freeway, let the new year in. Every sign above us glows, a floating shade of blue, pointing to 100 towns we'll never drive into. Night snow freeway, endless lane, soft pop echo in my veins. Snowflakes spin like static in the beams that never rest. Cold on the outside, but your head is on my chest. If the noise of life comes crashing through the day, we'll escape it on the night snow freeway. Night snow freeway. Truckers roll like planets in their metal winter moon. Taillights burning quietly like distant living rooms. We guess at all the stories hiding in the passing cabs. Tiny moving worlds inside these frozen slabs. Maybe we'll remember this when summer feels too loud, when we miss the quiet of this midnight floating crowd. Winter gave us free space on a road that never ends, a place where lovers turn to friends and back to lovers' friends. Night snow freeway, endless lane, soft pop echo in my veins. Snowflakes spin like static in the beams that never rest. Cold on the outside, but your head is on my chest. If the noise of life comes crashing through the day, we'll escape it on the night snow freeway. Night snow freeway. Let the exits slide behind us one by one, until winter says the driving's done. Frosted window miles stretching out in front of us. Seatbelt lines like quiet trust. Snow is standing thick along the fences of the farms. Winter holding everything in us. You turn up the volume on a song we used to hate. Somehow in the winter it sounds great. Simple little chorus about driving till you're free. Now it fits the road and you and me. We could talk about the future, but I'd rather talk in breath. Little clouds that vanish in the depth. Frosted window miles rolling slow. Soft pop rhythm where the wide winds blow. Cold outside but inside warm and wild. Every exit sign another child of all the lives we could have lived and lost in different styles. But here we are in frosted window miles. We pass a frozen river, see the fishermen in coats. Tiny dots of color next to sun. silent boats. You say you miss the ocean and the salt along your skin. I say let's chase the shoreline, let the winter in. Maybe by the evening we'll be parking by the sea, watching waves like dark glass underneath the breeze. Snow on the sand, wind in our eyes, driving till the winter sky replies. Frosted window miles rolling slow, soft pop rhythm where the wild winds blow. Cold outside but inside we were warm and wild. Every exit's on another child of all the lives we could have lived and lost in different styles. But here we are in frosted window miles. Turn the mirrors outward, let the past stay small. Winter's in the windshield most of all.
Waves in the dark, slow and heavy on the shore. Winter sea is breathing like it's lived 1,000 more. We drive the road that curves along the edge of all this blue. Snowflakes mixing with the salt between me and you. Wind against the window like a distant radio, whispering of places only winter sailors know. You roll the glass down just enough to feel the sting. Cold air turns your every word to steam. You say if I could choose I'd stay right here, between the frozen ocean and the coming year. Along the winter sea we ride, soft pop heartbeat by your side. Headlights chasing gulls that circle in the snow. Lanterns on the water far below. If the world feels deep and we can barely see, we'll let the road run the one we're to see. Harbor town is sleeping with its boats and tidy rows. Mass like frozen forests in the glow. We stop beside a railing just to watch the floating lights. Little islands of survival in the night. Maybe we are just two dots along this endless coast, but being small together is what I love the most. And when the tide of days returns to wash us out of view, another mirror of you. Blue Ice Boulevard, cold and bright, soft pop motion in the city night, tires sketching patterns where the frost has kissed the ground, headphones of the skyline playing sound. If tomorrow feels too ordinary, too hard, we'll drive again on Blue Ice Boulevard. We pass a park where children built a snowman in the day. Now he guards the benches in his silent, icy way. Tree lights in the distance flicker through the steam. Feels like we're inside somebody's dream. Someday we might leave this town and never see these roads. Trade the winter glow for different codes. But every time we find a frozen street with colored glass, we'll think about the night we let this boulevard pass. Blue Ice Boulevard, cold and bright, soft pop motion in the city night, tires sketching patterns where the frost has kissed the ground, headphones of the skyline playing sound. If tomorrow feels too ordinary, too hard, we'll drive again on Blue Ice Boulevard. Snow keeps swirling and then your rearview mirror Blue ice whispers our forgotten name.
Cold sun hanging low above the winter sea, white foam breaking over rocks like memory. You and I roll down the windows just to feel the sting. Ocean wind drive, let the cold air sing. Sand is dusted lightly with a skin of frozen white. Gulls are calling lonely in the pale blue light. We talk about the summer when this road was full of heat. Now we chase our breath in little clouds that meet. You laugh and say it's crazy that we like it more this way. I shrug and say it's perfect for today. Ocean wind drive, winter on our face. Soft pop rhythm in this open space. Fingers going numb on the steering wheel. Snow and salt together make it real. If the city noise becomes too hard to survive, we'll turn it off and take an ocean wind drive. We pull into a turnout where the view is wide and clear. Snow on driftwood waves that sound like someone near. You wrap your scarf around my neck and pull me in so close. Cold cheeks, warm hands, everything we chose. Maybe life will pull us far from any kind of shore. Stack our days in buildings, make us want for more. But somewhere in the back roads of a frozen state of mind, this ocean wind is what we'll find. Ocean wind drive, winter on our face. Soft pop rhythm in this open space. Fingers going numb on the steering wheel. Snow and salt together make it real. If the city noise becomes too hard to survive, we'll turn it off and take an ocean wind drive. We'll turn it off. Waves keep rolling as we point the headlights home. Winter sea stays singing on its We pass a single farmhouse wrapped in blue and green. Tree lights in the window like a whisper of unseen. A snowman guards a driveway with a welcome made of ice. We imagine all their stories in a slice. Maybe one day we'll be there with kids in borrowed cars, teaching them to love the cold beneath the stars. For now it's just us and a road that doesn't end. A rhythm made of rubber, snow and friend. Snow tie rhythm on the winter road. Soft pop heartbeat in our heavy coats. Every little thump is a measure of the miles, keeping time with all our crooked smiles. If the world goes quiet and the future feels dim, we'll follow this snow tire rhythm. Let the hum continue as the sky turns blue. Winter drums in time with me and you.
Empty sunny streets in a frozen little town. Traffic lights blink red and green with no one around. We cruise the quiet avenues with music soft and low. Winter lays a silver net of snow. Storefronts dressing leftover lights from last week's show. Windows full of scarves and coats and boots for snow. You lean against the window like you're in some old film. Frozen city lights around the rim. You say I love the way the cold can make the noise feel far. I say that's why I drive you in my car. Frozen city lights shining still, soft bubbles on the steering wheel. Snow dust, rooftops, dust our hair. We're the only moving thing out there. If the days feel heavy and we're losing fights, we'll get lost in frozen city lights. We stop beside the river that goes through the sleeping blocks. Ice like broken mirrors under docks. You tell me all your questions about the coming of the spring. I say let's stay here, let the silence sing. One day we might leave these streets and never call them home. Trade this winter skyline for another dome. But every time a quiet town is glowing under ice, we'll feel again these streets home. Frozen city lights shining still, soft pop pulse on the steering wheel. Snow dust, rooftops, dust our hair. We're the only moving thing out there. If the days feel heavy and we're losing fights, we'll get lost in frozen city lights. City lights. Engine idles while the snow keeps falling slow. City in a crystal kind of glow. Driftwood piled along the edge of winter sand. Ocean breathing shallow in this sleeping land. We follow a thin road where the dunes are etched in white. Snow and sea together in the light. You gently to the shore. Waves are throwing snow back like it's been here before. You stand there in your coat, hair tangled in the wind. Winter makes your edges soft and thin. Maybe in the summer this will look like something else. Sunburned crowds and busy little cells. But we'll remember how the world looked bare and slow when winter kept the numbers low. Driftwood Road by the winter sea, soft pop echo in the breeze for you and me. Clouds like mountains in the icy dome, yet somehow every mile feels like home. If the city's crowded and we need to unload, we'll drive along this driftwood road. Wipers wipe the salt and snow away. The sea stays with us anyway.
Twilight on the coastline, sky a strip of steel. Winter sea is louder than the way we feel. We drive the narrow road that clings to cliffs above. Echoes on the shore of what we call love. Waves erase the footsteps that we left the night before. Snow has drawn a thin line at the door. You rest your head against the seat and listen to the sound of tires over frozen ground. You say, do you think the ocean ever really sleeps? I say no, and that is why our secret keeps. Echoes on the shore, winter in the tide, soft pop colors where our worries hide. Cold blue water, silver foam and more. We drive just to hear echoes on the shore. If the future feels too big to hold anymore, we'll let it crash in echoes on the shore. We pull into a small lot by a shuttered cafe sign. Chairs stacked up in corners, closed till springtime. You write your name and mine in fog upon the glass. Little ghost of us that doesn't last. Maybe we'll return here when the season's warm and bright, but I will miss this thin and fragile light. Winter makes the world feel honest, bare and raw, like waves against the things we saw. Echoes on the shore, winter in the tide, soft pop colors where our worries hide. Cold blue water, silver foam and more. We drive just to hear echoes on the shore. If the future feels too big to hold anymore, we'll let it crash in echoes on the shore. Turn the key and let the headlights paint the road. Ocean keeps repeating what we know. fence post on the mailboxes and rows that stay. We packed our lives into a trunk for just a day or two in a lane, just me and you. You fold your legs beneath you, sketch the map on foggy glass, circle little towns we may or may not pass. We're chasing nothing but the feeling of a road underneath the weight of snow. You say, I'm tired of thinking who we ought to be. I say, for now we're just two dots that can be free. Ooh, wide lane journey through a frozen land, soft pop heartbeat in your open hand. If the world behind us wants a different story told, let it shout, we'll drive the cold. Snow falls quiet on the signs we barely see. All I know is you and me on this wide lane journey in the wind. Let the years spin. We stop in a one-road town for gasoline and bread. Old man at the counter nods his weathered head, says road's been rough this winter, but you'll make it if you go. Nice to see young love out in the snow. We laugh inside the car, but his words sink in somehow. Every mile's a blessing that we have right now. And when the seasons change and days stop feeling new, we'll drive until they do. White lane journey through a frozen land, soft pop heartbeat in your open hand. If the world behind us wants a different story told, let it shout, we'll drive the cold. Snow falls quiet on the signs we barely see. All I know is you and me on this wide lane journey in the wind. Let the years spin. Tires draw lines that winter soon will hide, but it can't erase this ride.
Neon on the puddle, snow along the side. City fading slowly in a mirror as we ride. You adjust the volume till the bass feels like a heart. Winter turns the windshield to a moving work of art. Billboards like planets in a low and distant sky, promising 100 lives we'll never have to try. We keep our little one between the center lines. Neon snow road, where the world unwinds. You say all I really want is just a simple life. I say, and let's keep driving out of all this light. Neon snow road leading us away. Soft pop colors on a frozen day. City in the distance like an island we outgrew. Cold white fields ahead in view. If the noise gets loud and we feel overload, we'll disappear on a neon snow road. We stop beneath the highway bridge where graffiti meets the frost. Names of kids who claim this space and now are lost. You draw a tiny snowman on the concrete with your shoes. Winter writes our names there too. When we're older and the sky feels small and tame, we'll talk about the road that called our name. And every time the streetlights go on half melt snow, we'll hear this little song below. Neon snow road leading us away. disappear on a neon snow road. Headlights flicker as the last sign disappears. Winter keeps the secrets of our years. Couldn't sleep, so we just grabbed the keys and left the lights. Apartment buildings shrinking in the night. Snow is piled in corners like forgotten sheets of time. Midnight winter, run with no design. You wear your old hoodie with the logo almost gone. Barely laced your sneakers, just threw them on. We talk about the things we can't say in the day when everyone is looking our way. You ask, is it okay to not know who I wanna be? I say, look outside, the road don't need degrees. Midnight winter, run, no one else around. Soft pop, heartbeat in the tire sound. Snow on the shoulder, moon on the dash. Questions in the air, we let crash. If tomorrow says we have to act like everyone, we'll remember this midnight winter. Take the long way past the river and the fields. Watch the smoke from chimneys spin like shields. A fox dashes across the lane, a shadow in the white. Little sign of life inside the night. Maybe in the morning all our doubts will still be here, working lines and lines and fear. But at least we had a moment where the world was only this. A road, some snow, your voice, a steering hiss. Midnight winter, run, no one else around. Soft pop, heartbeat in the tire sound. Snow on the shoulder, moon on the dash. Questions in the air, we let crash. If tomorrow says we have to act like everyone, we'll remember this midnight winter run. Turn back home with sleepy eyes and frozen hands. Winter understands.
Northbound quiet car, heater on low. Dashboard throwing out a tender glow. Snowdrifts gather on the edges of the sign, saying we're about to leave the city line. You've got a book open, but your eyes are on the tree. Branches frozen in a still gray breeze. We talk in fragments, let the silence fill between. Winter shifting every shade of green. You say I needed this, just miles and wide in there. I nod and watch the frost in your hair. Northbound quiet car on a winter day. Soft pop whisper as we drive away. Cold on the windows, warm on the seats. Snow on the fields like folded sheets. If the South holds all the noise of who we are, we'll rest in this northbound quiet car. We stop in a roadside diner where the floor is cracked and worn. Old photos on the wall from winters before we were born. The waitress tops the coffee with a smile that screams, I know how it feels to live beneath the snow. Maybe we're not running, maybe we're just passing through, testing if the cold can make us new. And if we find we're still the same when all the miles are gone, at least we had this drifting song. Northbound quiet car on a winter day, soft pop whisper as we drive away. Cold on the windows, warm on the seats, snow on the fields like folded sheets. If the South holds all the noise of who we are, we'll rest in this northbound quiet car. Turn the map down, then the compass star. Winter knows exactly where we are. We hit the coastal highway with the tide, it's staying low. Winter sun, a pale coin in the snow. Sea on one side, pine trees on the other line. Whole wide sky, this little car and time. You roll your window halfway 'cause you like the biting wind. Salt and snowflakes tangling on your skin. We count the lighthouses like chapters in a book. Every flash another look. Yeah, you shout above the music, we're too small to own this view. I answer maybe, but it still belongs to you. Winter coastline run, sea and sky, soft pop anthem as the miles go by. Snow on the cliff tops, foam down below, driving through a world of white and blue and glow. If the noise back home says we're supposed to run, we'll outrun that on a winter coastline run. We pull into a lookout where the guardrail hugs the edge. Yeah, watch the waves explode against the ledge. Yeah. Your hands are shaking from the cold, but eyes are warm and wide. Winter put this ocean in your pride. Maybe in the summer crowds will fill this narrow lane. Kids with ice cream, sunburn, noise and rain. But I remember when the air was thin and clear, and we were just two hearts with no one near. Winter coastline run, sea and sky, soft pop anthem as the miles go by. Snow on the cliff tops, foam down below, driving through a world of white and blue and glow. If the noise back home says we're supposed to run, we'll outrun that on a winter coastline run.
we crawl the car along. Every house a different little song. Smoke from chimneys curling into gray and fading skies. Winter sitting softly in their eyes. You count the tiny snowmen posted out on every lawn, guarding all the secrets till the dawn. We drive with headlights low so we don't wake the sleeping deer. Through frozen town just passing here. You say I like pretending we're the only ones awake. I say tonight that might be true for our sake. Through frozen town we move so slow. Soft pop heartbeat in the radio glow. Cold little houses lined in a row underneath the sky of snow. If the big wide world feels too much like a crown, we'll take a drive through frozen town. We stop beside the tiny bridge that crosses over ice. River underneath still moving quiet and precise. You rest your chin upon the steering wheel and close your eyes like you're listening to what's inside. Maybe we will move someday to somewhere just like this. Raise a couple kids and teach them what we miss. For now it's just a night drive through someone else's life, borrowing their winter for our strife. Through frozen town we move so slow. Soft pop heartbeat in the radio glow. Cold little houses lined in a row underneath the sky of snow. If the big wide world feels too much like a crown, we'll take a drive through frozen town. Tires leave lines the plows wipe away, but our quiet stay. Silver winter road stretching like a single thread through a field of thoughts inside my head. You're tracing shapes in condensation on the glass. Little hearts that fade as moments pass. Snow is pouting shoulders like a whispered muted crowd. Clouds hang low and heavy but they're not too loud. We say the things we usually keep behind our teeth. Winter laying quiet shades beneath. You say what if everything we plan falls through? I say then we'll find another road to you. Silver winter road under tire and sky. Soft pop melody as worries fly. If the world we build is not the one we hold, we'll still have the silver winter road. Snow on the branches, cold on the air. Loving the questions that we dare when life feels heavy like a frozen load. We'll share it on a silver winter road. We stop at a small turnout where the view is only white. Nothing but the emptiness and light. You say it's scary how the world can look like it's erased. I say it's just a canvas that we face. Maybe nothing works the way we drew it in our minds. Maybe winter strips the takes us where we need to go.
White wall in the headlights, we're alone inside the storm. Wipers fight the flakes that never form. Radio is searching for a signal in the static hiss. Winter turns the world to this. You hold the map like that will help the sky to clear. Laugh and let it fall and draw me near. We talk louder just to hear the words above the wind, as if our voices keep the road pinned. You say if we lose the way, just promise you won't freak. I say as long as you're here, we can get lost all week. Snowstorm radio, humming in the dark. Soft pop frequencies around our spark. Every mile's a song we only halfway know. Spinning through the snowstorm glow. If tomorrow's bright and we forget this show, we'll tune back into Snowstorm Radio. A quiet little DJ breaks through just in time, playing winter songs with a fragile line. He says the roads are closing in the towns an hour ahead. We share a look and nod our heads. Maybe we'll pull over at some motel, cheap and small, drink machine and peeling paper on the wall. But it'll be our haven in the swirl of white, a room and car that got us through tonight. Snowstorm radio, humming in the dark. Soft pop frequencies around our spark. Every mile's a song we only halfway know. Spinning through the snowstorm glow. If tomorrow's bright and we forget this show, we'll tune back into Snowstorm Radio. Turn the dial down as we park and let it fade. Storm and love and music that we made. Snowstorm Radio. Two, hey. Tiny drops of melted snow freeze back above the lane. Windshield full of constellations drawn by winter rain. Streetlights blur the comets when we hit a little bump. Two of us in our own stargazing palm. You recline the seat a bit and look up through the glass. See Orion tangle where the cables pass. We turn the music softer till it's just a steady hum, like a heart beneath the frozen drum. You say it feels like we're a spaceship in the night. I said take me to wherever feels right. Windshield stars on a winter drive. Soft pop poles keeping us alive. Snow on the shoulder, sky up above. Nothing in between us and the things we love. If the ground gets heavy with the days and skies, we'll look up through windshield stars. We pull into a rest stop far from any kind of town. Kill the lights and let the darkness settle down. Outside in the bitter air we see the this view. We'll have a porch, a blanket, and some time with nothing to do. But till then the road is how we step outside the noise, driving through the stars with our own choice. Windshield stars on a winter drive, soft pop poles keeping us alive. Snow on the shoulder, sky up above, nothing in between us and the things we love. If the ground gets heavy with the days and stars, we'll look up through windshield stars. Start the engine, let the galaxy move past. Winter gives us nights that never last.
There's a little sign that says exit 21, right before the place where all the fields are done. We've passed it in the summer, but we never turned before. Tonight, the winter makes us want more. Snow is drifting in the yellow light above the ramp. We take the curve and feel the tires clamp. Radio is playing some old song about a second chance. Winter lets us make a different dance. You say, I wonder what's been waiting down this road all year. I said, maybe it's exactly why we're here. Winter exit 21, turn the wheel. Soft pop humming as the wrong turns heal. We don't know the town or the names we'll hear, but snow has drawn an arrow here. If our lives feel stuck in everything we've done, we'll find a new way at exit 21. We find a little diner with a parking lot of ice, neon coffee cup that flickers once or twice. Inside there's just the owner and a late night quiet song. He says, I've been waiting all winter long. Maybe nothing changes when we drive back to our place. Same old walls and same old face, but something in our story now is taking on a curve. A memory will always serve. Winter exit 21, turn the wheel. Soft pop humming as the wrong turns heal. We don't know the town or the names we'll hear, but snow has drawn an arrow here. If our lives feel stuck in everything we've done, we'll find a new way at exit 21. Urge back on the highway with the softer mind. Urge back on the highway with the softer mind. Winter leaves a detour in our spine. River under bridges cracked with sheets of ice. Winter turning water into glass that holds the lights. We drive along the embankment where the pillars touch the sky. Snow is falling sideways as we slide by. Yeah. You lean out just a little and we roll the windows down. Hear the echo of our engine bounce around. It's like beneath an archway where the paint is chipped and old. Names and dates of kids who once were bold. Snow has softened all the letters, made them blur and blend like the way our stories bend. Maybe we'll grow old and move away from all this stone, finding bridges, rivers of our own. But wherever concrete meets a frozen water's edge, we'll feel this night along its ledge. Yeah. Under winter bridge we glide, soft pop heartbeat on the riverside. Cold air in the cabin, warm breath on the glass, watching all the icy patterns pass. If the roads above are heavy with the daily ridge, we'll take the quiet under winter bridge. Yeah. Shift back into daylight when the arc is done. Winter keeps the shadows where we run.
Snowfield Highway wide in every lane. Sky and earth connected by a line of grain. Our car a tiny heartbeat in a landscape made of ice. Winter dealing silence like a dice. You rest your toes up on the dash, socks with holes of red. Sing along to every chorus stuck inside your head. We talk about the cities we have lived in like they're dreams. Snowfield makes them small as seems. You say I've never felt so far and yet so near. I say I know, that's why I love it here. Snowfield Highway stretching on, soft pop anthem as we're drawn. Nothing but the fences and the drifting air, but somehow everything we need is there. If the walls close in when we stop and stay, we'll run the Snowfield Highway. We slow down for a tractor crossing with its blinking light. Farmer waves as if we're part of his night. You smile and wave back like we belong to all these roads, carrying invisible loads. One day when the winter doesn't come the way it did, when the fields are different and the snow is scared to sit, we'll close our eyes and drive this highway in our mind to keep its ghost of white alive. Snowfield Highway stretching on, soft pop anthem as we're drawn. Nothing but the fences and the drifting air, but somehow everything we need is there. If the walls close in when we stop and stay, we'll run the Snowfield Highway. Tires sing low while the daylight starts to thin. Snowfield hums beneath our skin. Freeway hugging close beside a long and frozen stream. Cold river shining steel and silver seams. You should land. Snow on all the benches, ice beneath the rail. You say, I like the quiet in this tale. I glance at you and see the water in your eyes, same deep hole beneath the ice. Cold river freeway, lanes in a row, soft pop motion where the white winds blow. If our hearts feel heavy like the current under stone, we'll let this winter freeway take us home. Snow on the shoulder, river to the side, loving the way we drive. We take an exit just to stretch and feel the biting air. Stand beside the guardrail, hear the river somewhere there. Not enough to see, but more than we can say. Winter holds its secret anyway. Maybe we're just like that water, moving out of sight, carving through the years beneath the night. And when the thaw arrives and everything is clear, we'll see the path we took this year. Cold River Freeway, lanes in a row, soft pop motion where the white winds blow. If our hearts feel heavy like the current under stone, we'll let this winter freeway take us home. Snow on the shoulder, river to the side, loving the way we drive. Merge back in and let the white line slide. Winter flows with us in stride. Headed for the harbor on a narrow icy road. Last ferry lights are waiting by the cold. Snow is falling sideways from a wind that tastes like sea. Winter lines of water just for me. You watch the distant shoreline fade in blue and silver haze. Talk about the times we spend in summer's open days. Now the same old ducks are wearing coats of white and gray. Years turned, and so have we in ways. You say, if this boat leaves without you, what then? I smile, there's always one more drive again. Last ferry drive through the winter air, soft pop heartbeats, salt and snow and prayer. If I make it to the ramp before they shut the gate, I'll cross this frozen water to my fate. If I don't, I'll turn around and feel alive with you beside me on the last ferry drive. We park a minute early just to watch the headlights queue. Cars like lonely islands waiting to. You trace a little snowman on the dashboard with the grin. Tiny, fragile, here and gone again. And whether I go over or I stay upon this shore, winter made me see what I was driving for. Not the job, not the plan, not the town or time, but the passenger who sang it right. I make it to the ramp before they shut the gate, I'll cross this frozen water to my fate. If I don't, I'll turn around and feel alive with you beside me on the last ferry drive. Horn calls out and all the engines start to move. When the sea reflects the life we choose.